welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my March wrap up and I read a very modest 7 books in the month of March, and I think I had a very diverse for me like stack of books here. Unfortunately it was not a banging month for like reading as far as like the picks that I had. Did I have like duds for real? No. There were some that like left a little bit to be desired, and I will start with those. If you're new here, hi, my name is Anita. I do my reading wrap-ups, my monthly reading wrap-ups in the style of 3 words or phrases. Normally I have that already like laid out, but I figured it's only 7 books. I feel like I can come up with some of these like off the top of my head. And honestly, I really didn't read anything until like the second half of the month, so it's all pretty fresh. Yeah, I try to keep it really short and sweet so that I don't drone on forever, because I like to talk, especially when it comes to the books. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it, starting with my least favorite book of the month, and it is, unfortunately, it's The Love Lyric by Christina Forrest. I rated this one 2 stars. I am going to come up with the 3 words off the top of my head right now. It was disappointing. It was disappointing. Yeah, there we go. 3 words. It was disappointing. Now I will say that Christina Forrest, I do still very much love her writing style. I love like the lightheartedness and the easiness of her books. Unfortunately for me, this one, the female main character seemed to very much get in her own way, and the romance between her and the male main character didn't seem to be like very well matched, not in like their personalities or the compatibility. It's just how it was approached, and I was very disappointed in like how the female main character handled the romance, essentially. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but it did leave something to be desired. I very much adored the male main character. I thought he was phenomenal. And I like the female main character as well as an individual. It's just her approach to the romance I wasn't a huge fan of. The next book that I have is The Partner Plot by Christina Forrest. This is book 2. If I didn't already say, this is book 3 in the Green Sisters series. The first book was The Neighbor Favor. I read that last year. I'm just now getting around to reading both of these. So this book is book 2. I rated this one 3 stars, and the 3 words I have for this are, they're like not what I expected. I know that's more than 3 words, but it's just short phrases. Okay, I say 3 words, but it's just a short phrase, girl. Not what I expected, in a pleasant way. Like this was second chance romance. I think I knew that. I hadn't read the synopsis in a while. I knew that like they get married in Vegas or whatever, and then they have to figure out things from there. And I thought it was really endearing. I liked seeing like the parts of them when they were younger, like that first half, or like where it all went wrong, you know, like the first bit of the relationship and like what dissolved them and how they come back together. That's one reason why I do like second chance romances, is I feel like you get, and it's in a way more than just a romance. Like it already comes with like a piece of like conflict or something that they had to overcome, or something that they had to flush out or communicate or heal from, or you know what I mean? Like I feel like, not that it makes the couple stronger necessarily, but I feel like they have more meat and potatoes. I don't know. It was cute. It was very, very cute. The next book that I have here is American Royalty by Tracy Livesey. I listened to some of this on the audio, so that's why I know it's Livesey, not Livesey, which is literally what I've been saying. But girl, this one is, girl, this spicy. Okay, that's my 3 words for this. Girl, this spicy. You wouldn't think. You would not think. But this is about a female rapper named Danny, aka Duchess, who gets invited to go do performance, like a charity performance in the UK for like this prince's grandfather who they're honoring. And then a romance ensues between the 2 of them. That's all I'm gonna say. It was funny too. It was funny. It was spicy. The little bit of conflict that wasn't there, it really wasn't nothing to me. Like it was a palate cleanser, but like it has its place. Like, is this something I'm gonna pick up and be like, oh yeah, this is best thing since sliced bread? Like, no. But me reading this after another book that I'm gonna talk about later on, yeah, this is exactly what I needed to, it gave what it needs to give for me. Next, I have Along for the Ride by Mimi Grace. This is her only standalone. I rated this book 3.5 stars, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I rated this one 3.5 stars. 3 words I have for this are, excuse me, I hope you couldn't hear that. The 3 words that I have for this, or like the short phrase I have, is like, when were their enemies? Like, I don't know that it says it's enemies to lovers, but like that's literally what it was giving, like the first, I don't know, chapter or two. Like, oh, they just can't stand each other. But I'm like, they never really unpacked that for me. So there's that bit of it. And then also, again, with the female main character, the way that they approach the relationship, or the romance rather, I'm not jiving with it. However, I did really like the story. They developed a really great friendship, and I thought it was really cute. It's just, it was painful to like endure the tension. I guess it was it was an uncomfortable, like unenjoyable tension. It's not like, oh, it's tense, like, oh, where's this gonna go, like, oh my gosh, like I can't wait for you guys to get together. Like, that wasn't my experience. It was like, what is happening? What is happening? Maybe that could be the 3 words. What is happening? Next, I have Lilith by my fave, Alexandria House. I rated this one 3.5 stars. Girl, this is unfreaking hinged. That's the 3 words. Unfreaking hinged. Okay, I ate it the freak up. I'm surprised I haven't already picked up the 2nd book. But also, like, fun fact, I know I told you guys that this is going to be a part of a series, and I assumed it was just 3 books, but having them like lined up on my shelf as they were, you can kind of see like on the spines that it's starting to like make an image, and I'm assuming it's going to be like a whole like face, right? Like you can see like a shoulder and like some hair, like it's going to be a whole face. So it might be more than just 3 books, which I would live for that. So yeah, but anyways, Lilith, I guess I'll just keep them both so I'm not turning around and making a ruckus. Lilith was very much unhinged. This is a dark romance. It goes from 0 to 1,000, I'll just say that. And I freaking loved it. I freaking loved it. It was very like escapist, like escapism for me. Like I feel like her books are very much that. Like they're not too traumatic. Granted, this was dark romance, but I feel like her books really just take me to another place, and I just feel so warm and cozy. Like that's my cousin for real, Alexandria. That's my cousin. Like that's how I feel reading her books. Like we're friends, and like all these characters are like my friends. Maybe not these characters, but like normally I feel so at home and comforted by her writing. Anyway, next up, I have Blood Sugar by Sasha Rothschild. I kind of read this in a vlog, I think, but this is a thriller. This is the first thriller that I've read in what feels like months, if not actual months, and I rated this one 4 stars. This is, what 3 words or phrases could I put for this? There's a reason. How about that? There's a reason, right? So this is about a female main character. What is this girl's name? Ruby. And she has a little bit of a checkered past, and seems to have trouble follow her. And now like she's in the detective's room, and they're asking her questions about the trouble that is following her, and we kind of get flashbacks between her in the detective room and then like the life, like her bits and pieces of her life as she's like grown up and like these events have occurred and stuff like that. And it was a page turner, girl. The audiobook's really good. I really enjoyed reading the physical book. The chapters are really short. Like they kind of ended on little mini cliffhangers. This was a really enjoyable book, especially like for me getting back into thrillers. This was really fun. And then the last book that I read, or it wasn't the last book, but the last book that I'm going to talk about in this reading wrap up is Chain Gang All Stars. And I rated this one 4 stars as well. The 3 words I have for this are unsettling, sad, yet like empowering in a way, or like I feel like a call to action. And I said that for one of my nonfiction books that I read a couple of months ago. Like these types of books that I feel, is this a banned book? Like I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up being a banned book, because it is so challenging to the way that humanity like treats each other and the standards that humanity has for each other. And at first, like I'm not even gonna hold you, so at first, the first few pages I was locked in. I was like, oh okay. Then like the meat and potatoes of the book pretty much dragged for me up until about the last 100 pages. It's in 3 different parts. By the time I got to part 3, I was invested, I was scared, I was nervous, I was biting my nails metaphorically, and by the end of the book, like I couldn't breathe, like crying. And that's really what like bumped it up to a 4 for me, because it was sitting at a 3. I'm not gonna hold you, it was sitting at a 3, but like the last 100 pages or so like lump in my throat. And like this is a book, like a lot of times when I'm reading wrap-ups, like I'll be holding a book and I'll be thinking about it and like how the book made me feel when I was reading it, and this one is giving me like an emotional reaction to the point that like I could cry. Like I really could. It is a great book. I feel like this definitely deserves a reread from me. And I couldn't tell you, like I recommend it, but I really couldn't give you a why. Like if you want to think, if you like dystopian, if you like like I'm gonna say it does say Gladiator. It says something about Gladiator meets something. No. It says like Orwell's 1984 and Atwood's Handmaid's Tale. It's a dystopian vision so upsetting and illuminating that it'll permanently shift our understanding of who we are and what we're capable of doing. Facts. That's from the Washington Post, and that's what I think I would leave you with. If that speaks to you, if that interests you, definitely pick up this book. This was, for me, it was not a page turner. It was a little bit discombobulated as far as the flow and like the ease of the writing style and like the storyline and whatnot, but that's why I say it could stand to have a reread from me, but I still found it to be impactful. And that's all I have for you guys for my reading wrap up for the month of March. Like I said, not duds by any means. It just, you know, the Love Lyric, that first book that I mentioned, was a little bit of a disappointment because I very much enjoyed the first 2 books in the series. And yeah, it was a disappointed, but it wasn't a dud. Like I would recommend it for sure, especially if you read the first 2 books. You got to see it through, my boy. Like so yeah, I think it was a decent month. Normally for me, I feel like I have at least like a 5 star, and I really didn't have that this month, but that's fine. I'm getting back into it. And this month coming up though, April, guaranteed 5 stars, guaranteed. I already know it's only April 1st, but I already know. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new here, I hope you consider subscribing. If you like this style of video where I just kind of rapid fire my my reading wrap-ups and my reviews, I don't drone too much on about the books, give it a thumbs up and I'll keep them coming for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.